You know what I find to be the real enigma of this game? If this old person is basically stealing everybody else's life to obtain immortality, and they're that evil, why aren't they also vain enough to, trim a few years off and look young, to have some vitality? Maybe they're just too stupid. What's down there? I don't know. Detective, maybe you should pull out your gun that you don't have? Oh. Okay, here's the other thing I want to point out. The game has already showed me dead bodies, has made allusions to murder, a ritualistic dagger, the supernatural, some demonic properties, perhaps you could argue. So, and it's even shown bullets. So, why is it so bad, the idea that I would actually go into the situation with a firearm? Maybe even use it to shoot the bad guy? I mean, is that really a bad thing at this point? It just seems like these games don't... I can't say that, because, when you fight against the zombies or vampires, it seems like you'll kill them, but I don't know. Like, if it's just a murderer, that seems to be, like, a step too far, somehow. I don't know. That's just my little humble interpretation of things. And somehow, I'm using every last little inventory item. Again, just the nature of these games. Oh, now you remember!
You've gone too far, Detective. You want to know what happened to them? Looks like you'll learn the hard way.
So why did she freak out? I mean, she fairly well incapacitated him there, no? I'm angry! Ring the bell, ding dong, ding dong! Ring it, ring it! Wait, what? Wait, I've trapped myself? Oops.
You're smart, Detective. Smarter than I thought. A great pity for us both. My bell, you silenced it before I could drain my puppets and fully revive. My congratulations. I'm helpless.
Is it true? Did you murder all those women? Why? Who are you?
Just an evil madman.
But the who and why are of no consequence to you. You'd neither believe nor understand.
It doesn't matter. You'll do no harm to anyone anymore. What's behind that door?
You know perfectly well, Detective. But why not indulge your curiosity?
Can I not detain him? I mean, I ran out of items, right? Chain this rusty by time can't be too secure. Damn it, I don't have anything to not get it loose with, huh?
How many lives have been lost on this altar of evil? I'll do whatever it takes to destroy it, if that means no one else is murdered here.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, assuming that this is not going to take terribly long. This is where all the victims have been murdered.
Thank you, Detective. I knew you could solve it. Now, it's high time I close this case. I've been waiting for this moment for 30 years.
Why?
Wait. I know who you are and what he has done, but he must be brought to trial.
No, you have no idea who he is. What he is. He must be stopped. Once and for all. I'll kill him right here, right now. He'll suffer the same fate as his victims.
Then you'll be no better than him. Think of Emily. Is this what she would have you do?
Don't you dare speak her name. You can't stop me, Detective.
He is right. What? What? I'm gonna kill him! Oh, I guess he didn't mean like right now, huh? What, I don't use it on him? Something else goes here. Like a bullet?
I've waited too long for this. He will die today.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
There will be no more murders here.
Wow. That was a fairly close minute, kind of.
Detective, are you alright? We set out as soon as we got the call. Detective, you're not looking so good. What on earth happened here? I need to debrief you as soon as possible.
Detective? Can you hear me?
Why is she there? Pretty sure that's not proper procedure.
You've done well, detectives. Kate Burrows is here, safe in our custody. Her boyfriend is recovering at the hospital, and Maple Creek is finally at peace. However, we could find neither hide nor hair of the criminal, and Hamilton disappeared into thin air too.
Thank you again, Detective. I owe my life to you, but I'm afraid I'll never feel safe with the killer still on the loose.
Oh, good job, me. Good job, detective.
Trust me, Kate. He may have gone into hiding, but I haven't stopped hunting him. I never will.
Why did you let him go? How is the bell back up? Well, yay. That feels kind of dumb. Well, that's the end of the main part of the game. It mentions that there is a bonus chapter, that part that's kind of write it out, so... Oh yeah, there's like 2 sequels to this game, so I guess... Really? I'm gonna hunt the same guy in the sequel? Really? I was like, Detective, how could you stop me? Gee, Hamilton, I don't know. You had the knife right to the guy who was too weak to do anything. Why did you stop yourself? So yeah, I mean, these games aren't known for their... Okay, maybe these games are known for the writing, because it doesn't tend to be very good, but... Really? That seemed especially bad. I mean... The game was playable. It had a couple of things that I appreciated that helped make it playable and make it go faster, like those little indicators. You can do this here, you can do that here, but when I saw the like 90s, solid 90s on the reviews, I thought, oh man, this is gonna be well polished, exceptional, like, you know, really refined, but eesh. The cutscenes weren't very well animated, as I started to mock with my whole Godzilla lip movement. Like, the story and writing were pretty bad. Again, having to backtrack, that's the norm. Some of those puzzles not recognizing my clicks on the items I was clearly clicking on. Some of the descriptors where it's like, find the shoe, and it's a galosh. Or some of them were like, what am I looking for? I didn't appreciate that. So I don't know. There are certain aspects of it where I don't see the rave reviews. I would think this would fall more into maybe like the 80s overall, but I suppose ultimately I'd probably give it a positive. It was tolerable, it wasn't horrendous, but it's like, oh, and I do think it's funny, all those names like end in ski. Like, that's kind of an interesting coincidence. But I don't know. Is it repeating? I don't. I'll let it keep doing because I'm talking anyways. But I I don't know. I would expect more out of a game like this, but I was gonna say that since Steam reviews only allow a straight positive or negative, there's no sort of a mediocre meh review. And I understand why they do that. That way more people don't just take the ambivalent route and really throw off the review scheme. But I think there's enough here that it would push it towards the positive instead of the negative. So there are things that I think are really annoying, things I think could definitely use work and refinement, but I'd probably give it to them. I'd probably give them the positive ultimately. So I think that's what happened with most people. It's like, yeah, I'll give it the positive. It falls into the positive. But yeah, and ultimately I do think it had enough flaws that it's like, ugh, I wouldn't call this a 90. But anyways, I hope you wait, I was saying that like the project's over. I'm gonna play that additional chapter, find out what in the world's going on there. But anyways, I'll see you around later, folks. You know what else I consider to be an enigma of this game? How in the world does this small town sustain its population, considering that the pastor doesn't seem to be doing anything to draw in new people? I think that'd be part of his wickedness, but, you know, a town that barely sustains a couple dozen people, sure, that's good enough. Why wouldn't it be?